try this again. Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to So Fly's Unique Boutique. This is my FlossTube channel about quilting and cross stitch, mostly cross stitch, mainly cross stitch, and whatever other funky little things I can get my hands onto. This is FlossTube number 97, and today is July 5th, 2025. If I look a little wet, it's because I just got done my 2-mile walk. This is take 3. I did try to do this before my walk, but it didn't work out, so I figured I'd just walk away from it for a few minutes, do my 2 miles, and then call it good. So if I look a little disheveled and a little sweaty, that's why. We have a barbecue going on tonight, so I really don't care what I look like right now. Sorry for the just nonchalant, but it's been a sucky week and I'm just going with the flow. So, anyway. Let's get started, shall we? I don't have any finishes. Well, I have one, but I didn't bring it in. And it was a BATC. I got 234 stitches, start to finish. It was a SAF. I was going to send it out, but I'm not going to now. So, let's get started, shall we? We're going to start first with Cute Halloween. This was a, I think, what was it? Was it a seasonal? I don't remember what it was, but it was something. Okay. I was supposed to get 300 stitches on it. I didn't do that. I got 216. Because I started doing this 2-mile a day walking challenge. And I saw that somebody from the American Cancer Society posted where you could raise money and walk 62 miles for the month of July. Well, I got thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to raise money, and I don't want to walk around and have, ask people to donate, because I don't like doing that kind of thing. So I figured I'd just do it myself and do my. I don't think it's going to help any, because I could walk 5 miles a day and I still wouldn't lose weight. But we'll see how it goes. If I can even do it, number one. That's my big thing, is trying to do it. Oh, come on, where is this? I have it on here somewhere, I just have to find it. Well, I think I'm going to have to print out a picture. But then again, I did take a few things off here the other day, and God only knows where it ended up, so. Okay, well, I'm just going to show it. I didn't write out a card. Oh, I did write out a card. Cute Halloween by Vitalia Mishuk. Started on July 3rd, 2025. I'm doing this on an 18 count dyed Ada that I dyed myself using the called for DMC. There's 3,000 stitches is my goal. There's 15,791 and I completed 216 and I'm at 1.37%, and all I did was a box. There's a box here, box here, box here, and then 3 more down. And each little box has a little, this one has a ghost in it, I think this one has Frankenstein, and then this one I'm not quite sure. But this is what it looks like so far. And I'm going to be using this, I believe, for my what is it? Acrostic. I'm not doing acrostics, so to speak. I'm in Crafts and Books on Facebook, and they do a monthly acrostic. And for July, it's ice cream. So, maybe not. I don't know. I'll use something. Actually, I am using something, and I have to take a picture of it. Okay. So the next thing is. My coffee abstract. Come on, let's go. There it is. I found it. That's what it looks like. And you can see I got the first box. Oh, it's got 9 boxes. Okay, next one is coffee abstract. Oops. And I'm working in the top left hand corner. And whoop. There it is. And I didn't get as much done on this as I wanted to. I only got 267 done. But this is Coffee Abstract by Box and Fox. Started it on June 16th, 2025. I'm stitching this on an 18 count easy guide. I'm using the called for DMC. There's 22,350 and my goal is 5,000. And I did 496 and I've got 2.22%. There it is. I'm going to fill in the cup next after I get the blue outline done, and then move on to the next block, either over here or down here. And I will be able to work on this again this month because not only did I start a walking challenge where I walk 2 miles and then I put 200 stitches in a whip every day. I also started a, what's it called? What do I call it? Oh, alphabet soup for the Stitcher Soul. And basically what it is every month I pick 2 letters out, 2 Scrabble tiles, and whatever the value is on those Scrabble tiles is, so if it's 1, any whip that you have that starts with that letter, say it's A, you put 100 stitches in. If it's a C, whatever starts with the letter C, you put 300 stitches in, and so on and so forth. The letters that I drew for this month are Q, which is a 10, so that would be 1,000 stitches in any whip that starts with the letter Q. Whether it's the whip itself, it's the designer, or it's an element in that, you put in 1,000 stitches in that whip, if you care to join me. I also drew C, which is 300, or it's 3, so it would be 300 stitches. So, like Carrot Market, Cat Sampler, Coffee Abstract, Cute Ghosts, Cheshire Cat, anything like that that starts with the letter C, you put 300 stitches in. You can do 1, or you can do 4. However, you can do 1 whip and be monogamous, or you can do as many whips as you have that start with the letter C, or the letter Q, or whatever. So there's that. Next thing I did, I have a board down here that has, it's kind of like temperature stitching in a way, but you pick what you want to work on. So I picked 10 whips that I want to put 1,000 stitches in for the month of July. This happens to be one of them. This is the Mad Hatter Tea Party by Lena Ova. I don't know if it's going to come out, but we'll try. I started it on May 1st, 2025, and I'm doing this on a 25 count Wedgwood Blue 1/1. Oh, that's not it. And I'm using Sulky 4022. Oops. And my goal is 2,500 stitches. And there it is. There we go. It's the best it's going to get. So, and there's 35,651 stitches, and out of that I've completed 790, and I am at 2.22%. And I did 250 stitches on this the other day, and I didn't want to put it down, but I had to. So, here it is. You have this border here, but I worked going down this way. I worked on the rose border over here, and then there's a big chunk of this that is a diagonal that goes down like this, and then there's 2 of them, one in this corner, one in the bottom corner, and then in the middle, right in here, is where they start the tea party. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that, but I'm going to work on the border for a while. I'm jumping from the 3. I worked on the rose border first, and then I worked on the side, going down the side, and then I started doing the diagonal. So, okay. So, Mad Hatter Tea Party, and like I said, I got 250 stitches in there. Okay, now, Motif Monday, which was the last day of June, so this worked out well. I worked on my Deer and Owl from Narna X Stitches. This is a Scandinavian sampler, and I love these things. I really don't like the colors of this one, but I'm going with it for now. And the one that I did, the first one that I did was Hare and Deer, and those colors I absolutely loved. But these ones are, I don't know. The green, this right here is a little too bright for me. And I'll show it to you. Alright. This is a paper pattern, so I'm just going with what I count. This is Deer and Owl. It's by Narna X Stitch on Etsy. I started this on December 31st, 2024. Stitching it on a 16 count white Aida using the called for DMC. My goal is 2,000, and out of that 2,000 I have 1,666 complete. So this is what it looks like. I worked on this motif here and I put in a flower. So the next time I pick this up, I'm going to put in another flower and try to finish up this motif here. Because there's 3 flowers that go down this way. And then I'm going to also try to work on the border. So, there's that. And I'm going to, I try to work on this at the end of every month because, I started it on the 31st, so that's usually the day. But if the month doesn't have a 31, I pull it on the 30th, just so I can work on it. And I get about 200 to 300 stitches every time. But I'm trying to think of a way that I can come up with a rotation or like a weekly rotation. I haven't done that yet, but I'm working on it. I think what I'm doing now is working out really good. I think. I don't know. Okay, this is one of my 1,000 stitch for the month. This is my cat sampler. And this is what it looks like. And I'm working on this top row here. I want to finish the top row before I move on to anything else. I don't want to sneak. No sneaking. No sneaky sneak. Alright, this is a cat sampler, and this is from Cozy Home Patterns AU on Etsy. I started this on May 1st, 2025. I'm doing this on a 25 count pearl Lugana. I'm doing it 1/1, and I'm using Sulky 4016, which is kind of a peacocky color. And my goal is 2,500. Out of that 2,500, I have completed 586 stitches. I got 226 stitches on it so far. This is also my Motif Monday stitch. So hopefully I'll be able to finish up the top. So, finishing up the cat, I put in this right here. I worked on the little acorn over here, and I got the heart done. And I still have a couple of I need to finish the border because there's 2 more cats, another bush, and 2 more cats in a bush. So I want to get the top done and then move down to the next section. So I want to finish here and then move down to do all this, finish that up, and then move down and finish up all this. Lofty goals, but I don't expect to get it done in a year. but you never know. Depends on how many times I put it for a, you know, focus piece. Alright, so that's the cat sampler. Now, he said something about the challenge. Well, there's two challenges with this one. There's my little walking challenge, so I need to put 200 stitches in it today. And then after I get those 200 stitches done today, I need to take a picture of it and put it in the semi-stained Stitchers July focus event, which means every time you do 1,000 stitches on an event for the month, you have to post your progress. So I get to do that today, hopefully. Kind of excited about that. I had a hard time getting through the weekend because I wanted to start my, you know, July things, and I couldn't start my July things because it wasn't time yet. Oops. Okay. This is Silly Songbirds. I'm not quite sure who designed it, but it's very cute, and it's not a very big full coverage, which is nice. So my Silly Songbirds started it on July 1st. I'm using an 18 count Verdant Earth. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 6,200 stitches because I'm doing 62 miles with any luck for the month of July. So far, oh wait, we have 28,224 stitches, and out of that I have completed 812, and I am at 2.88%, and this is what we look like. Not much to look at right now, but hopefully within the next few days. Okay, so that is that one. Okay, next is my skeleton gnome. This one, I don't know, it was a little bit more, took a little bit more brain power than what I wanted to deal with. Yeah, just wasn't in the mood to do gnomes, but I love my gnomes, so I will continue to do my gnomes. Where are you? Here's what he looks like. This is my skeleton gnome. It kind of looks like a Day of the Dead, except it doesn't have all the paint on the mask or the face. But I am doing this. This is the skeleton gnome. It's by Cute Broidery or Favorite Gnome on Etsy. They're both, it's the same company. Started this on June 2nd. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Rit dyed Ada that I did myself. Not sure if it's amethyst or purple. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 2,500. It has 5,202 stitches, and I've completed 218, which brings me to 4.91%. And here it is. So it's got a lot of deep reds because of the roses and a lot of blacks. So I wanted something that was going to show up all the colors, including the white, because I hate stitching in white. I really do. Hate it. Okay. Next. This is my focus whip for 300 stitches. This is The Night Before Christmas by Carolyn Manning. Okay. And I kind of have an affinity for this one only because I was born around Christmas time. So, this is The Night Before Christmas by Carolyn Manning. I started this on November 4th, 2024. I'm using an 18 count white Ada, and I'm using all the called for DMC, and my goal is 3,000 stitches. Out of those 3,000 stitches, I have the wrong amount here. Yeah, definitely. I missed something, but I have, we're going to say approximately 2,000 stitches, or 1,700. I'll have to fix that. But here it is. What I worked on is I worked over here, and this, worked over here, and this, oh, it's upside down. Sorry. Worked over here and this, and I think I might be taking this out again because it's Jingle Jangle July for me, and I want to work on some Christmas stuff. So that's why most of the stuff I'm doing this time around is Christmas. Silly Songbirds, Night Before Christmas. Okay, next. This is a new start. I was thinking about it on Saturday, and I'm like, I want to do a new style. I want to do something different. Here we are. This is The Shepherd by Cottage Garden Samplings. I started this on Saturday, June 28th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 18 count vintage country mocha, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 3,000. Out of that 3,000, I did 226 stitches. And I'm working on the barn. Now I'll move down to the sheep and some of the snow and all that good stuff. And a lot of these colors are the same throughout the whole series, so it works out really well for me because I can have them all in one bag, and you know, I can have 2 or 3 going at a time. I'm not going to start another one quite yet, but I want to fix my goof with the needle worker and then move on. Okay. So the next one I worked on, this was my Wonderland Wednesday stitch. And this is from Jardin Privé. It's the Alice Snow Globe. At least I think that's what it is. I don't know, I'll have to translate that. Pretty sure Google has translating. Okay. And I started this one on April 9th, 2025. This is only for Wonderland Wednesday, which means whenever it comes up, I might have to start doing like Motif Monday wheels, and again, just so I know it'll come up more than where I pick it. I'm stitching this on an 18 count. Picture this plus mint. I'm using the called for DMC. The goal is 100, but on Wonderland Wednesday, I get 200 stitches per Wonderland whip. So, this is what I did. Can't really see it, but it's right here. It's like a very light blue for the globe. I finished the vine above her head, and that brought me to 208 stitches. Oop. Pick that up there. Back in the bag. But yeah, so that's that. Okay. Didn't work on that one. Okay. Now, the other thing I worked on was, and I'm getting very close to a finish on this one. I think 2 more good sessions should do it. Alright. Find it. Okay. This is Harry Potter Sampler by Shishuda Designs on Etsy. I put in another 300 stitches on this. Okay. Started this on December 5th. It was a May focus for full coverage, but I'm now fighting to the finish. I'm stitching this on an 18 count, easy count, using the called for DMC. My goal was 1,000 stitches. Now, every time I pick this up, I put in a good 300. There's 5,760 out of that, I have 5,105 completed. I only have 655 stitches remaining, and I am at 88.36%. Now, everybody that watches me knows that lately I've been doing theme weekends. We'll be doing that again. I have to pick out a weekend. I think I know which weekend I'm going to do. Alright, so we have Harry Potter. Cat Sample, Mud Header, Citizen Books. Icy Winter. If I can find it. Okay, this will be here. Yep. Okay. This is Icy Winter, and it is by Climbing Goat Designs. And this I did yesterday for the eye and ice cream for the, what is it? Oh, the Acrostic for Craftsman Books. And I started this on February 13th, 2025. I'm doing it on an 18 count teal that I dyed myself. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 1,000 stitches, and out of that 1,000, I have 157 left to go. But it's also on my July for the month, so I'm going to get at least 800 more stitches on this. So what did I do? I did the snowflakes up here, and then I did the snow on this branch here, and I put the reindeer's antlers in. I think it came out pretty cute. I do see some myself. Okay. And then last but not least, this is for the C in carrot ice for ice cream, one of the C's, because you can't double dip on this one. So this is the Carrot Market by Jardin Privé. I love this. Okay, I put in over 200 stitches already this morning. I need to put in another 100 stitches because I'm double dipping. I'm using the 200 stitches for this plus 300 stitches for the letter C in my alphabet soup for the Stitch Your Soul game. Okay. So this is the Carrot Market. I started this on April 3rd, 2025. I'm doing this on a 16 count Unicorn Ada from Witch Garden Crafts. I'm using all the DMC except I replaced 3863 for 840 because I didn't have any 840 at the time. My goal is 1700. So out of that 1700, I haven't added any other stitches yet. That's 759 left to go. And here it is. Look at that. I love this dress because it looks like the carrots. It's so cute. So cute. I have some back stitching I need to do. I have some eyes I need to put in. But that's there. I want to finish up this rabbit. The little girl rabbit. And then put some more of these green blocks down here. So I will hopefully get the 300 stitches I need for that. So, and then last but not least, I don't know if this is what I'm going to do or not, but thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing Stitches So Beautiful Sunday. I don't know though. I might not. I don't know. But ooh! I worked on this on Sunday. This is Butterfly Days by Ingrid Jean AI Art. Charted from Stitches So Beautiful. It is 400 by 394 and it has 108 colors. Now this is a little sad. I have to admit. Alright, I started this on June 20th, 2025. It was for my Fancy Life Frolic weekend. And I'm stitching this on a 20 count easy guide and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. I only have 604 done out of 154,600 stitches. 600. And I am at 0.38% after 600 stitches. Oh well. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. So, but there's lots of confetti, so it takes me a little bit of time. But this is where I am, right here. I am not parking. I do not like parking. I forget what color number I need when I park. I'm not good at it. So I'm just trying to fill in what I can, and I think my back's going to be very thick because of it. But you know what? It is what it is. I am trying to fill in my little ninja stitches here and there, but it's starting to look a little bit like something. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'll figure out something. Okay. Yep, that's it. That's everything. Okay. Now I told everybody that the end of June I was going to go back on a no-buy. Well, I wish I had waited until finding out that they were having a sale. Stitches So Beautiful. But that's okay. I'm good with it. So I did pick up a few things. I did buy a few things. So I will show you what I got. One of these, as soon as I saw it, it was an add to cart. And it took me forever to figure out how to download it onto Pattern Keeper. Well, I finally got it figured out. Did not want to go in, but it finally went in. This I got from Zana Coswell on Etsy. Halloween pit. Look at that face. I love it. And I got Mary Polar Bear. Isn't that adorable? Then I got Tea Time in Wonderland. Not sure where I got that one from, but it is gorgeous. This I got from Acrostic TR. The title is M1, but if you look at it, you kind of figure out it's a moose. I live in Maine. We have moose here. And then I got this one from Cross Stitch TR. It's Penguin 1. And it is gorgeous. I'm pretty sure these from Cross Stitch TR are most likely Confetti Hell. We'll find out. But yeah. And then I got Warden of the Woods from Zana. Look at that. Now, can I do this on Black Ada? Probably. Am I? Probably not. I've tried once to stitch on Black Ada and it was a disaster and I will never do it again. And then we have Jolly Enough Owl. And this, just the expression on the face of that owl, like, F off, is basically what it's saying to me. So, but he's very cute. I love him. Then I got Sampler Autumn Pumpkin. I believe I got this one from Yarn X Stitch too. Oh, cool. Love those colors. Then I got Coffee Bee. And this one's not going to come out very well, but there it is. Then I have Cardinal 2 from Cross Stitch TR. And he's a chunky little cardinal that's very, very cute. It took me a little bit to put this one in. And last but not least, I think this is Frost something. Frost. I don't know, but this took me forever. And I finally got it in. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I got this from, what did I say, Untwisted Stitches, maybe? Or Demented Stitches? On Etsy, I'm not quite sure. But beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm not into cats, but I like them. Okay, so that's that. Let's go with plans. Oh. Now, I was watching a couple of FlossTubers, and they were talking about how they were getting not so nice comments about their amount of stitches that they do. Now, I will tell you honestly, I work from home for the most part. I don't get out much because I am borderline, whatever that phobia is about going outside. Agoraphobic, borderline. Don't like being out around people. Yes, I am walking, but there's really no people that I'm going to come in contact with. And when I do come in contact with people, such as on Tuesday when I took my dog for my first 2-mile walk, I have a pit mix. She wouldn't hurt a fly. I have, I walk her on a gentle leader only because she has a tendency to pull. She's stronger than I am. She's low to the ground, but she's stronger than I am. So it kind of looks, it goes over her nose and around, and buckles in the back of her head. And it just makes it easier for me to walk her. It's not a muzzle. It's just something to help me walk her so she stays right next to me. 2 ladies I walked by with my dog. One got off the sidewalk and walked on the side of the road to get away from my dog. The other one kept staring at her like she was a menace. Like she was going to just jump out and bite this woman. And I looked at her, at the lady, and I said, she wouldn't hurt a fly. And the lady goes, and just keeps staring with this death look on her face that my dog's about ready to attack. And you look at her, yeah, you can tell she's a pit. And, sometimes I use that to my advantage. But on Tuesday, I was not in the mood to deal with people. Especially by the time I got done with that walk. Because I was sore, had enough done. So I didn't take Patches for a walk Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday I had my daughter walker, and Thursday my husband was home. In fact, he'll be home until he goes back to work on the 8th. So I'm like, alright. So yesterday I walked her where she was comfortable. She's comfortable walking right outside the house. With me, anyway. So I walked her approximately 2 miles. I round it up. If I do 1.91, I round it up to 2 because I did extra the other day. So I can use that to my advantage. And so it's all going to come out in the wash. As long as I get that 62 miles. We're good. So yeah, we did that. And, so yeah, I've been literally ready to bite somebody's head off all week. And I don't want, so, I think it's just because I've been sore and I've been aggravated and, ugly about, trying this, and it was my idea to try it, and I'm mad at myself. But anyway, I am borderline agoraphobic. I don't go out unless I have to, and if I do go out, it's usually once a week, and I do everything in that one time frame. Unless I have a doctor's appointment. Other than that, I stay home and I stitch. So, if anybody has a problem with that, Sorry, but that's what I do. Even if I got a remote job from home, I would still find time to stitch. So, for the month of June, I did 18,680 stitches. And I give myself $1 per 1,000. So I have 18 bobbins in my little cup. That I can put towards patterns. Do I want to have a job? No, I don't, unless it's from home, because I am not dealing with a bunch of 20-somethings who think they know more than I do. Not happening. So, that's that. So, plans. Now, there were a couple things I did not do last time. My summer owl. I'm going to put that on the back burner for now. My Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to put that on the back burner for a little bit, as well as the owl full coverage. Those aren't calling at me. I really like to do them. If I decide to do them, I'm going to do them on my own, so to speak. But I will continue to work on the cat sampler until I get the 1,000 stitches I need. So here is my board, and I did all my subtracting already. So the cat sampler, I did 226 stitches. So I have 774 left to go. So we're going to try to get 774. Alright, the Icy Winter, I got 213. But I don't know yet. So I used that one for the eye in ice cream. I'm going to use the Chamomile Gnome for the C in cream. And then Alice's Mad Plants will be the A in cream. And then I'll just guess the rest. So, but will I work on the Mad Tea Party? Maybe. I don't know. Right now we're just dealing with the cat sampler. And I think what else I'm going to do is give myself depending upon the size. If it's small, I'll give myself $2. 2 bobbins. If it's a medium, I will give myself 4 bobbins. And if it's a large, I will give myself 6. For a finish. So, my idea of small is 100 by 100. My idea of medium is like 3 cheers, medium, small, full coverages, like Harry Potter, Noel, that kind of thing. So 5,000 plus. 5,000 to 10,000. And then large is 10,000 and up. So we're going to try to do something to that effect. Alright, so Alice's Mad Plant, no, Queen of Hearts. Okay, so Motif Monday is the cat sampler. Queen of Hearts is on Wednesday, and it is from Long Dog. I think I do have that one in here. And then, since I didn't do my Fairy Rabbit, because I couldn't find it. I looked like 3 times. No idea where to put it. We're going to go on to Cute Ghosts, which is 400. And then we're going to work on the Christmas Sampler, which is 3. And then I still have to work on Halloween Scroll, which is 5. I haven't done that in here either. So that's 500. Okay. So, let's go to our Tiny Decisions wheels, which are here somewhere. Somewhere. Aha, right there. Tiny Decisions wheels. Alright. Let's go with the starts, I think. Yes. Starts. Halloween cake stand. And as long as we get over 200 stitches, we're good. So 200 plus. Okay. Ooh. Next one is the gnomes. Summer gnome. Okay. I believe that one is from FlossTube.com. Hello, ma'am. How are you? So we'll go 200 plus. Okay. I really don't want to work on winter commits, so we're just going to put that one off to the side too. Yep. So next is seasonal. Four Seasons Autumn. Ooh, yay. That is from Soda Stitch. $200 plus. And then we're going to go with what? Samplers. Quaker Snowmen. You know what, we're going to try to get 1,000 on that one because it starts with the letter Q. And what else? $1,000. Yeah, we'll switch that up because I have a feeling. Yeah, it's winter cometh. Well, you know what, we'll try it. We will try 3,000. Owl. Give it a shot. And then July 1,000. We worked on the Tea Party and Icy Winter. So we'll try to get some on Woodcut Raven too. We will see, and then continue with Silly Birds. Silly Songbirds. Okay, and that would be everything, I think. I've kind of thrown in life a little bit as we've gone through, so we all know about that. Like I said, tonight we're having a barbecue with my husband's family, so we'll see how that goes. So other than that, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and keep on stitching on, everybody.